Concussion, which is a penalty to willpower. Kind of need that. And health regen, yeah, okay. What we're going to do then is we'll give Alistair... Do we not have a big injury kit for him?
Right.
Okay, I'll give him one. I don't know why Morrigan is getting snippy with me. Okay, so we'll take that stuff. There is one more battle that we need to do as well.
What now?
Wow, Alistair really does not like me.
Yep. The waiting around part is awesome.
Look, Alistair, I'm trying to keep you alive. If you want to keep getting injury kits from me, stop being snippy.
Careful, I think they've seen us.
Really? What tipped you off? Firebomb to start this off then? There we go. Just gets the job done, and then we can get in with a swipe, and then just start working away, really.
It shall be done. Concern for your own.
Yes.
What I need to do is get Morrigan in here. Throw out a Mind Blast. Okay.
It shall be done. It is begun.
Okay, we're getting through them, this is good. Morrigan.
Make his breath.
Absolutely smashing it. Keep it up.
As you said.
I think even Alistair might survive this. He does indeed. Good job. And there we go. Nice.
Finished. What now?
You know what? I should have waited on Alistair with that injury kit, because I would have got a good injury kit there. Oh well, never mind. Ain't no big thing, really. Alright, let's head out to the courtyard and head back to Redcliffe village first, because there's a couple of quests we can hand in. We can get some pretty snazzy armour as well. And then we'll go back to camp and do what we need to do there. And I need to be a little bit careful about what I say to the party, because you have to take a certain path with Leliana if you want to romance her. I'm not sure who I'm going to romance yet. It will either be Lele, Alistair, or Zevran. We'll see. Zevran we meet later on. Spoiler alert. Let's focus on the here and now with Redcliffe. Please don't ambush me. It's taking its time. It's thinking about it. Okay, good. So I know Morrigan needs leveling, but I want to see what happens when we hand the quests in and do what we need to do at camp as well. I'd rather level everyone in one fell swoop rather than level up one person and then 2 minutes later I level up the next person and so on and so forth. It's just unnecessary time in the inventory screen. And I'm not sure, but I don't think you guys really like looking at the inventory screen that much, so I do try and minimise it as much as possible.
Blessed are the peacekeepers, champions of the just.
So that's for all that corpse gold we picked up. I don't know how many injuries Alice has had now. it must be getting close to 20 injuries now. Maybe 15. Owen?
My Leliana returned. She told me of your daring rescue. I can't begin to tell you how grateful I am. Take this. A reward for your deed. It's dwarven made and should serve you well.
Thank you. I was glad to help.
Thank you again. I'm forever in your debt.
Okay, so that's all good. Quest complete.
Thank you, my lady. I'd never have been able to return to my father if it wasn't for you.
No problem, Leliana. No problem. Right, so next up is camp then, I think. Head to the camp, talk to some people, do what we need to do. Get some initial conversations out of the way. And then we'll hand out a few gifts as well. We've got a few key gifts to give out. I also want to sort out my inventory, as always. Because you do need to keep on top of it. It's not as simple as, you know, waiting until you're done with the session and going to a town to sell stuff. You have to sell it as you go along. I'm not going to go up to the tavern again because I think that quest, it's either broken or I haven't gone about it in the right way. We might give it another go when we need to go to the tavern next, which is when we get a party member a bit later on. So let's head to camp. See you. Any cutscenes to watch? And if not, we'll just talk to a bunch of people and get our inventory sorted. That dwarven armour that we've got is actually really good for Alistair, so we can give that to him. Okay, so let's do inventory first then, shall we? So the wooden kite shield is not any better than what Alistair has right now, plus you need more strength for it. I mean, missile deflection is better, but that's literally it. I'd rather go with Hazard's Aegis since you have a chance to avoid missile attacks. The shielded dwarven armour is a little bit better than what we've got right now. 1 more constitution and 4 spell resistance, so that's good. Black leather collar next to the studded braid. I'm going to go with the collar. I think better armour penetration and more armour is better than a bit more constitution, since the dog has already got a lot of constitution anyway.
If there's anything I can do for you, please, please tell me.
I would like to see your wares.
I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
So I'll sell my stuff, and then what we can do is we can go about buying potions and whatnot. So we'll buy those. Just buy all of them apart from the big injury kits, because they're a little bit too expensive for me. Buy some more corrupt reagent, I'll get it back up to 20. There's also a golden rope necklace. Okay, job's a good one, I think. Looking pretty good for potions again. Alright, so a couple of small gifts to hand out first. So we'll do that, then we'll talk to everyone, then we'll hand out the key gifts. So Morrigan can have that.
A fine gift. You have my thanks.
And my dog can have the bone. I don't know what I'm going to do with his war paint yet, so I'm just leaving that for now until we find something good. Alright. Minor magic for Morrigan. So, you can have 4 upgrades for your party members, or 4 buffs. starting off with minor, then moderate, then high, then massive. I think that's what the levels are called. What, you know, the levels for the buff. So we've got minor magic there, so that's one more magic given to Morrigan on her stats. So her magic is now up to 28. So that's all good. Let's talk to some people.
Yes?
Let's talk.
Well, here I am.
What would someone like you be doing in Lotharing's Chantry?
What is meant by someone like me?
You know, a beautiful, charming woman like yourself.
And there were no beautiful, charming women in the cloisters, you think? You would be wrong. There were many lovely young initiates in the Lothering cloister, all of them chaste and virtuous. It added to their mystique. Because then, they were forbidden, and forbidden fruit is the sweeter, no?
What about your fruit? Is it forbidden?
My fruit? I can't believe I'm having this conversation. But no, I did not take vows. The Chantry provides succor and safe harbor to all who seek it. I chose to stay and become affirmed.
Affirmed?
We affirm our belief in the Maker, in Andraste and the chant, but other than that, there are no vows taken.
And why were you seeking safe harbour?
The Chantry does not pride, and you should. I desired time apart from the world. I was a traveling minstrel in Orlais. Tales and songs were my life. I performed, and they rewarded me with applause and coin. And my skill in battle? Well, you pick up different skills when you travel, yes? Yes, of course. Let's move on.
So yeah, you have to get that conversation out the way, but if you get her approval up too quickly, you won't get that option, so make sure you talk to Lele before you give her the key gift. Alistair?
What do you need?
I'd like to ask you something.
Ask away.
Why did you keep your birthright a secret?
You never asked?
That's a cheap answer.
All right. If you want the full explanation, I'll give it to you. The thing is, I'm used to not telling anyone who didn't already know. It was always a secret. Even Duncan was the only Grey Warden who knew. And then, after the battle, when I should have told you, I don't know, it seemed like it was too late by then. How do you just tell someone that?
Okay, I guess I could understand that.
I should have told you, anyway. It was important for you to know. I guess part of me liked you not knowing.
Wait, you enjoyed not telling me?
It's just that anyone who's ever found out has treated me differently afterwards. I was the bastard prince instead of just being Alistair. I know that must sound stupid to you, but I hate that it shaped my entire life. I never wanted it, and I certainly don't want to be king. The very idea of it terrifies me.
It doesn't sound stupid at all. I get it.
For all the good it does me, my blood seems certain to haunt me no matter what I do. I guess I should be thankful that Al Eamon is far more likely to inherit the throne. If he's all right. I hope he's all right. For what it's worth, I'm sorry for not telling you sooner. I guess I was just hoping that you would like me for who I am. It was a dumb thing to do.
Don't worry about it, Alistair. No harm done.
I guess it's kind of a relief that you know now. Let's go.
And there we go. A little bit of approval for Alistair. Or from Alistair. Excuse me. That burp came out of nowhere. From Alistair. That's what I wanted to say. Stan?
Yes.
So, what were you doing in that cage?
Sitting, as you observed.
Do you have to be so literal?
No, it's a choice, not a necessity.
Are you going to answer the question?
I did. Parshera, was there anything else?
Fine, let's go.
As you wish.
There's no talking to a guy like that. There really is no talking to a guy like Sten. Absolutely no nonsense whatsoever.
I await your command.
So, life in the wild must have been lonely.
At times, perhaps. A world full of people and buildings and things was all very foreign to me. If I wished companionship, I ran with the wolves and flew with the birds. If I spoke, 'twas to the trees.
And that was normal to you?
What did I have to compare it with? In time, I began to wonder, of course. I recall the first time I crept beyond the edge of the wilds. I did so in animal form, remaining in the shadows and watching these strange townsfolk from afar. I happened upon a noblewoman by her carriage, adorned in sparkling garments, the likes of which I had never before seen. I was dazzled. This, to me, seemed what true wealth and beauty must be. I snuck up behind her and stole a hand mirror from the carriage. 'Twas encrusted in gold and crystalline gemstones, and I hugged it to my chest with delight as I sped back to the wilds.
I can't imagine Flemeth was pleased.
She was not. Flemeth was furious with me. I was a child and had not yet come into my full power, and I had risked discovery for the sake of a pretty bauble. To teach me a lesson, Flemeth took the mirror and smashed it upon the ground. I was heartbroken.
I have a hard time picturing you heartbroken.
That is because I learned my lesson well. Beauty and love are fleeting and have no meaning. Survival has meaning. Power has meaning. Without those lessons, I would not be here today, as difficult as they might have been.
Those are harsh lessons to teach a child.
Perhaps, but they were necessary still. To return to your original question, perhaps my time in the wilds was indeed lonely, but such was how it had to be. I find myself at times wondering what might have become of the girl with the beautiful golden mirror, but such fantasies have no place amidst reality.
Wow. But Morrigan disapproves. Well, it's a bit of a touchy subject, I guess, so that makes sense. Dog.
I once heard a really old legend about how the Hound warriors in the days of the old tribes would feed their Mabari the flesh of the vanquished. Well, that's what I heard anyway. It would sometimes be human flesh. Oh, like you can tell the difference. For all you know, maybe you've already been fed something. Someone.
Don't listen to Alistair. He's full of rubbish.
Hey!
You are, though, Alistair. Scaring my dog like that. No need for that. Alright, I guess we'll head out then.